So we started this week in I can't say it.
Mohammedia.
Yeah, we started this week in Mohammedia, which is a town just north of Casablanca. The campsite here, Camping Ocean Blue, really nice campsite. Oh. Luz and Showers are a bit tired, but it was okay. Yeah, not a bad stop off at all, and just 80 dirham a night, yeah, which is about £6.80, so no complaints from us. So we leave here now and we're driving north towards Kenitra.
Hello and welcome back.
I'm Kath.
And I'm Stuart. And this is Nala.
In December, we left South Wales on an epic road trip to Morocco.
Join us as we attempt to take our home on wheels from mountains to deserts and everything else in between.
Getting off the beaten track to show you the real Morocco. Have a little bit of toll road there. We're getting a dab hand at these now. They're fairly simple, but if you're on your own, they would require a certain amount of shuffling over to the other side of the vehicle to pay if you're in a UK vehicle, because your steering wheel's on the wrong side. We think the King is going to be coming through here. All the motorway bridges are all fenced off and they've got high police presence. There's a really high police presence on the road. Flags up for miles. I think we might have passed the last ones now. We saw them yesterday, day before yesterday, putting all the flags up, and there are litter pickers out on the central reservation and the hard shoulder. So yeah, great deal of fuss here when the King is driving around, and if you're in a city, he's in residence, you'll see a lot of military and a high police presence too. So I think assassination attempts are a real thing out here, so yeah, lots going on, lots of police around today.
What I've done?
Explain. Show me the paper for the car. The categories and repairment.
This is yours, this is yours.
Tell me that.
No, I don't know what he wants.
No. Have you shown him the logbook?
Yeah, he's got the logbook.
The white sheet, the white paper.
What, MOT? Yeah. What is it you want? This is the insurance?
Okay.
Yep.
This is the passport.
Yes, but this is the insurance in there.
Yes. So, Mr. I have the papier of the car.
What is this?
What is this?
This is for the car. This is the registration document for the car.
Do you have another information of the car, or just this?
This is for the
This
car.
is it.
For the car.
Yeah, this is the
Yes, in the
registration
UK.
document. This is United Kingdom registration certificate.
Just we do that half that of the car.
For the car, yeah, that's it for the car.
This.
Or this?
This.
Or this?
Or this.
I don't know what that is. Aha, insurance. You want to see that? It's just an MOT certificate for the vehicle.
Yes.
Yes? Have a look at that.
Just that? You have that? Just that?
Yeah,
No.
nothing else for the car. Tickets.
More.
There's no more. No, that's it for the car.
Just.
Did he say what the infraction was?
No.
So, can you reach me?
Yes.
Right, well, you probably heard some of that. So we've been pulled over by Rabat, but the guy keeps saying that we've made an infraction, but we literally haven't done anything. Like, Stu's given him all the paperwork from the vehicle, and he keeps saying more and more paperwork, but he's literally seen everything, like the logbook, our insurance, our little white paper. I think he's seen the camera because he's told us to get out of the vehicle. He's got a speed radar, but I didn't think we were speeding. We're on a motorway and we've been going really steady all trip, so I really don't think we were speeding. We'll see how this turns out now. But yeah, he keeps saying an infraction, but he's not actually telling us what we're supposed to have done. So there are a lot of people pulled over here. By the way, he's just pulled over 2 other people as well. So got somebody else now. The guy's got our passports, like Stu's following him. We do not let our passports out of our sight, and you shouldn't either if you come here. Hopefully now we can see what the issue is. So Stu's just walked over to the car. Another guy's taken the paperwork now. Stu's walked over to the car. He's got into the car, and he's talking to Stuart. So I'm going to see if I can kind of sneaky film a little bit now. So. Okay, he seems to be saying that we were speeding. He's showing Stuart the radar now. Obviously, if we were speeding, we'll just pay the fine and be done with it. Yeah, he's smiling. I think we were speeding. Were we
70
speeding?
or 60.
We were speeding, were we?
Yeah, he's got a picture.
Okay. How much is he
150.
saying? Yeah, well, okay. No, that seems to be a genuine fine then, fair enough. So I think we've only got about 150 dirham to our name actually, so that's interesting. But yeah, he's just shown Stu the radar, and apparently we were doing 70 and a 60. So we're not going to argue. Fairly sure he's going to give us a receipt now.
Yeah, he's written the receipt out already.
Yeah. I mean, if you get pulled over for speeding, they charge you 150. You get a receipt. That's not corruption. That is a genuine fine. So yeah, we don't mind taking that on the chin. Still be framing this now. He's been dying to get one of these bits of paper. Naughty, naughty, naughty boy, yes.
I have a certificate.
So naughty.
I have a certificate.
So naughty.
So naughty. Yeah, he was very nice. He was angry to begin with, but I think it was because mate over there didn't speak English. Not that he called him over. He was too busy doing that. But they showed me the gun. I mean, yeah. I certainly didn't see any 60 speed limits where I was exceeding it, but he reckons I was doing 70. I'm not about to argue with him for the sake of 7 miles an hour. Naughty boy. But hey, come to Morocco, got a certificate.
Such a naughty boy, yes. We've been quite lucky really. I mean, Stu has driven like Miss Daisy around the whole country, to be honest with you. The roads are so bumpy here and uneven, even where they're supposed to be smooth. You never know when you're going to go over a little hump and like fly into the air or whatever. We're a big heavy van, so we drive fairly carefully anyway. I did not think this was a 60 road. I thought we were on an 80 stretch. I have not seen any 60 speed limits, but if he says we're speeding, we're speeding. We got an actual genuine paperwork for it, so it's all accountable. Sometimes they'll pull you over and they'll tell you we're speeding. You'll be like, no, I wasn't speeding, and then they kind of agree like, oh, 100 for cash because I like you. Yeah, that's definitely going in their pocket, because there's no, you know, there's no like arguing or bartering with the speeding fine. But if you get your 115, you get your paperwork. That's a genuine fine. So
yeah, I mean the problem was I've just come off a roundabout and I pulled out to overtake a lorry.
Yeah.
So I may well have missed the 60 sign because there was a lorry in the way I was overtaking, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, expensive if you're Moroccan, obviously. That's quite a chunk of your monthly income, but if you're a Brit here and you get caught speeding, it's like 12 quid.
I mean, they know, don't they? They set them up,
yeah,
these speed traps all over the place, because they know that as you come off a roundabout, you're going to be accelerating to overtake things. It is what it is, isn't it? I'm not about to argue with it. I shouldn't have done it. Should have paid more attention, but there you go. Such is life.
And we're just arriving in Kenitra. I think we've made the decision not to stay the night given how expensive the campsite is, but we're going to stop off here anyway and have a little look around so we can add it to our map. So we're parked up in Kenitra. It's just 5 dirham a day for day parking. There's a big beach here. So we just pulled up now and saw a donut seller walking around with his wares. So I just sent Stu off to get a couple of donuts because, well, who doesn't want donuts? What you got? Oh!
£3 dirhams each.
Oh,
25p.
bargain. That'll do.
Yeah.
Cheers, love.
Happy days.
They're bold, aren't they? Nala! Oh, nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, he properly went for a back end then. That's the first street dog in the whole of Morocco that's actually gone for our dog. Yeah, that was a bit unpleasant. You okay, girl?
Fine.
Yeah. Can you hear him yapping?
Yeah.
A lot of dogs here. And again, that's the second street dog who's coming on a go at Nala.
Right, come on,
I don't
leave.
think we're staying here. I think we're going to go. Yeah, that's just... Yeah, they are leery. There are a lot of dogs up there. Can we not go this way and cut back in?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's a lot of leery dogs. That's the first issue we've had here with street dogs, really. Not pleasant. We're going to try and cut around the other way away from them.
Kenitra,
Yeah, that's not very pleasant. And yeah, the problem is, I mean, Nala can hold her own, to be honest, and usually it's just a little dominance thing and it won't turn into a full-scale fight. But of course, if we get caught in it, Stu's had his rabies jab, but we're not going to be in Morocco for long enough now for me to have a rabies course of jabs if I get bitten. So, yeah, not ideal. I mean, I have to say, I know a lot of people come here and they're so worried about the street dogs. We have not had a problem. Every street dog in this country has been easy and kind. They've not been leery. It's not been a problem. But yeah, today, no, I don't like that. Yeah, he's stalking her. Look at him.
Oh, fuck me, there's hundreds of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure coming up here is a good idea. Well, we're not walking up that way because there's hundreds of street dogs up there. Yeah, then we'll just cut down to the beach line, the shoreline now, and walk up that way. Yeah, that is one leery pack of street dogs. Just come a bit closer down to the water, love. Wow. Christ, they're scary in those numbers. I did not like that. A lot of puppies up there as well. That's just an ongoing problem, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the guardian on the car park said there's lots of yapping dogs, but I didn't realise he meant attacking dogs.
Yeah, I mean, we've been to places before where the dogs yap, but they're fine. They're just being noisy. You walk through them, they back off. But yeah, these dogs weren't backing off. That's two dogs, two individual dogs in 5 minutes have both come to attack Nala. So yeah, not good. And Stuart actually kicked the second one off because it had got its teeth around her. So yeah, we'd let her off the lead for a run, but I'm very glad that Stuart had already put her back on again. Yeah, welcome to Kenitra. I think you're welcome to it, actually. Well, that's our shortest stop off in the whole country. We've been in Kenitra in less than 20 minutes, I think, and we're leaving. Yeah, maybe you have more luck than us, but that was unpleasant, scary.
Moral of the story, if you've got a dog, don't come to Kenitra.
Yeah, the thing is, if it's one dog, maybe you stand a chance of fighting them off, but there's like 40 or 50 dogs down there, and they're all barking and packing. 2 just come and attack Nala. It's just not worth the risk. I certainly don't want to be bitten a week before I cross back over into Spain. Yeah, we've dealt with a lot of street dogs here, a lot. You know, we've been to some of the barrages, there'll be like 50 or 60 dogs, and you go out to walk Nala in the evening and they all start to bark and things, but as soon as you kind of walk towards them, they all back off and shy away. You know, they're just being a bit territorial, and it really hasn't been a problem. And we understand why dogs bark, you know, but not once in the whole country have I felt frightened of any of the dogs. But yeah, I was a bit, that's shaking me up a little bit, to be honest. We'll head up to Asilah and we'll see what's happening there. So a lot of people choose Asilah as their first stop of their Moroccan trip, because a lot of people like to come down to the coast, and Asilah is the most direct town that you can go to that has an Inwi shop, which is it's a good place to stop off, be able to go to a bank, get your Inwi SIM card and whatnot. So we didn't do it first because we came inland, and we did actual first, as you'll well know if you've watched all our videos. And if you haven't, why not? Stop, pause, go back to the beginning of this playlist and watch the whole thing. But yeah, so I think we'll be doing Asilah as one of our final stops, and then we've got maybe one more stop planned up the coast, maybe a day in Tangier. We're just going to have to see what happens now. The incident today just goes to show it's best not to be too fixed with your plans here and just go with the flow, because sometimes you get to a place and it isn't what you expected. What a freaking day. It is not pleasant driving out of Kenitra. Stu's just, well, nearly got into the back of some guys, literally just swerved around us and then pulled in front of us. It's just insane here. Today has not been a very pleasant day. I feel like, I said this earlier in the video, and then we had the thing with the dogs. I feel like we've just had everything this week. Morocco's just thrown everything at us. It's fine, this is a big city. So we've left Kenitra now, and we're going to head up the coast to Asilah, which was always our end destination for the day anyway. Stu and I have just been talking, and we're just saying now we're really glad we did the inland first, because the best of Morocco really is inland. There's some really nice parts of the coast between Sidi Wassay and then up towards Tangier and Essaouira have been really lovely, but they're also very touristy. Very sorry, crazy cars in the middle of the road here. Yeah, they're very touristy places, very developed as well, so you're almost getting like a sanitized Morocco experience, whereas in the inland you get this genuine kind of kindness. All the Berbers, everyone's really lovely. But here in Northern Morocco, I don't think we're very impressed with this coast at all. We're on a toll road, like an actual bleeding motorway. The last few miles has been, well, what have we seen? We've seen a mother walking a small child along the side of the road on the hard shoulder. We've seen loads of people crossing with sacks and things. There's farms, agriculture on either side. There's crossing with sacks of flour or vegetables or whatever it is. And now, just every few yards, there's just some guy with a sack of potatoes selling them on the side of the road. I mean, it's just... Welcome to Morocco.
There we go, a flock of sheep on the hard shoulder.
A flock of sheep on the hard shoulder, there you go. Oh, there's a horse back there.
There was a loose horse, obviously the cow, a few chickens, but yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the chicken back there.
Yeah. And what's a group of goats?
A group of goats?
Yeah.
Herd of goats?
A herd of goats.
A herd of goats.
I was going to say flock again, but yeah.
A flock of goats.
Yeah. My mind is blown.
It's just absolute insanity. I mean, the motorways out here are a lot quieter than UK motorways are. We're actually on the toll road now, but all the same, it's just madness, absolute madness. I think Luli's feeling a little bit out of sorts today after being attacked by the dogs. She's like pressed as far over that way. Usually she lies on me. She's as far over that way as she can get. She's got one paw on Stuart, and she's like touching him with every bit of her that she can manage. Bless her. Good morning from Camping Eshrigu. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, one of those weird named campsites. Nice, fairly peaceful night here last night. You can hear the railway line and things nearby, but it didn't really keep us awake, to be honest. We were both shattered after yesterday. I felt like I was really miserable yesterday, so I've given myself a good talking to, and I'm back in it. It's all an adventure mode, so we're going to head into Asilah today, to the Medina, and just enjoy our last couple of days here. One of the best bits about this campsite has got to be just...
Hello!
Not you, Stu. This, as you can see, that's the beach right there. Nothing particularly open here on the seafront. Morocco has increasingly taken on more and more the appearance of a bit of a ghost town during Ramadan, which is fine for us because we don't need to eat out. But if you're visiting, I would definitely check when Ramadan is and see whether you can work around that. It's a shame really, because we've been here doing all of Ramadan, but I'd actually like to be here for Eid, but we won't be, we'll have left by then. And we finally arrived at Asilah Medina, not very far at all. I think it's taken us about 10 or 15 minutes to walk from the campsite. And here is Asilah Medina. Bab Kasbah. And it does feel a bit Morocco light here. We've been to lots of hustling, bustling Medinas full of Moroccan life and people going about their daily business. But here there's a lot of tourists, everything's really quiet. Doesn't really feel like you're throwing yourself into Morocco. But nice enough as a seaside port, a lot of people choose this as their first spot. As we found in Northern Morocco on the way down, up here there's a lot of Spanish vibes. Everything's got a bit of a Spanish twist, and everybody who talks to you in the street says hola. Morocco, the easiest country to get lost in.
We're not lost, we're on an adventure.
We had the most gorgeous coconut macaroons in Tangier, so we just stopped here at this little bakery in Asilah, and they have them here, so we just stopped asking them how much they were. And Stu's like, how many do you want? I'm like, well, we should get 2, shouldn't we? Well, maybe we'll have 3. Stu, we'll have 10, thanks.
Well, it was a round number, wasn't it? It's easy for the man to give me change.
They're actually better than the ones we're in Tangier. They're amazing, they're so light and fluffy. I do speak English. You speak very good English. Now this one, is this the sun setting in the sea? Yes, beautiful. Is this what you call Maghreb? The sunset? Yes. Thank you very much. I will keep this forever. I have visitors at home. I will go home and start the showdown and I'll talk all about you. It's been very nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
You're looking very pretty with your flower in your hair, darling. Where did you get that from?
I stopped and talked to a little girl around the corner. She was adorable. She was trying out her English on me and it was very good too. She was really lovely. She kept telling me how pretty I was. And then I bought this painting off her as well. Little sunset painting. She was so cute. She's lovely. She gave me this as a little gift. She kept saying, you are very beautiful. Yeah, she's really cute, really nice. It's made my day.
Nice to see kids on the street doing something productive and not begging.
Yeah.
She just gave Kath the flower because she was pretty. So after a little chat, we walked back and bought one of her paintings. She wasn't asking for it.
It's good up here, is it? Oh, wow. How lovely. This is Asilah. This is clearly a little walkway to bring you out to a viewing platform, but as Stuart quite rightly pointed out,
Piss corner!
and
Not
it
the dog.
stinks too. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
So if you like street art, arts and crafts and the whole kind of artisanal, what's wrong with me today? Artisanal scene, I think Asilah is probably your place. Also, if you like being spoken Spanish to, Asilah is definitely your place. It's
Hola.
full of Spaniards here. Yeah, definitely more holas than bonjours here.
Having explored the Medina, we headed into the hustle and bustle of the main town to try and find somewhere to get some dinner.
There we go, we've just found a little cafe on the front here. There are quite a few open, we're clearly in the tourist area again. But we have a menu this time, so no tourist tax like in Safi.
I don't know, we might be given a tourist menu.
Well, yeah, maybe. It's cheap enough though. We really got caught out in Safi. Sometimes you get too comfortable and you forget to check the prices first, and can't blame them for taking advantage, I suppose.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah. Well, that's the food ordered. Gone for mixed skewers.
Yeah, and I've gone for varied fish. He was trying to explain the difference between the varied fish and the varied special. And he could tell me in French, he could tell me in Spanish, he could tell me in Moroccan, but he couldn't tell me in English. So I just went, yeah, well, it's fish, I'll take it.
Can't fault it really, can you? And they can speak 3 languages,
Yeah.
even when it's not yours.
And I can barely speak 2. I can barely speak 1, to be honest.
Well, that's that sorted then. Dinner is ordered. Are you happy?
I am happy, I'm very happy.
What you got?
I mean, that. Look at that weird looking thing. I've seen them on the markets, I've no idea what they are. But...
My sardines, aren't they, at the bottom? Prawns. Do you know what else you've got there?
Fish.
No idea. I see calamari.
Fish. I'm happy. Looks good.
I've got sardine, skewers, chips and rice, which will do me as well. I've had enough fish this week, I think. It's not my favourite anyway.
No, I haven't had much fish. So. Wait a minute.
And that was Asilah. We're going to head back to the campsite now, I think. And tomorrow morning we're going to head up the coast towards Tangier. Well, thank you, Asilah. I think you were definitely what we both needed today. It's been a really nice day mooching around the Medina and just having a look here. Nice bit of lunch, nice relaxing day, very enjoyable. We were hoping to buy rugs, so top tip, if you want to buy a rug in Morocco, go to Ait Ben Haddou, which is where they make them. We were offered a rug there for the van for £40, and neither of us were really in the mood for shopping, and we said no. We've been offered the same rug in Imlil for £200, and here the guy wants it £120. So, and they do keep saying they're handmade, and I get it, but I also know what they were at Ben Haddou. So I think we might be going home without a rug, because I'm not paying £130 for a rug for the van. And that's us back to the van. We're just in the back. Stu's just jumping in the front now. He's going to pop the back end, the drive wheels up on chocks, because we can hear thunder. It's been about 4 or 5 claps while we've been walking up here. The sky's greying over, and I've seen pictures of this campsite in the rain. There's no drainage here, so if it rains, we're likely to be swimming in it. Want to make sure we can be able to pull off tomorrow.
Good morning. That's us leaving the campsite in Asilah. Not a bad little town, that. The campsite wasn't too bad either. We're on our way now to Hercules Cave. It's got mixed reviews on the internet, so yeah, we'll see how we go.
We're going to give it a go anyway, why not?
Why not? And then it's on to Tangier from there, so nearly home. We've just arrived at the Grotto de Hercule. Unusually for Morocco, there are lots of people selling trinkets everywhere. I've never seen that before, have you?
Right, it's just amazing, to be honest.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
What if no one asks us for money?
We haven't got in yet. Well, if you come here, make sure you got the right change. We've just had to stand there for 5 minutes waiting for people to turn up with change because they don't have any.
This is just a problem right over Morocco, so keep all the small denomination coins and notes that you can.
Right, let's go in. Yeah, it's not very well lit in here, so not sure how much we're going to be able to pick up. But...
It's a shame it's not better lit in here. You can't people of five to come in, they might line up a bit.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But welcome to Morocco! So I suspect this part behind me is the bit that you can see on all the Google reviews. And it's fenced off. It's not even lit up, so you can't even look in there.
No, which is a shame. I mean, if you're coming up this way and you're about to cross over to Tangier and you've got a few dirhams burning a hole in your pocket...
Throw them out the window. It'll be money well spent, because this is absolute... And that was Hercules Cave. 2 out of 10. Oh well, wasted half hour.
It's the kind of place that if you discovered on a hike or so, it would be really cool, but to be paying £10, yeah, it wasn't worth that.
No.
Park for night options for Tangier aren't great. We did look at Camp in Miramont, but all the reviews say that it's about €20 a night, and it's just a car park, and we're not prepared to pay that, so we're just looking around.
Access
Yeah.
road isn't open, and you have to phone for an alternative one. It's not suitable for long vehicles.
Yeah, so it looks a bit tricky to get in. We're too long. Yeah, a lot of the reviews say that it's €20 a night, which is just ridiculous for Morocco prices, to be honest. So we're just scooting around Park for nights in Tangier. We just stopped at one by some cafes, and there were about 500 cats there. And it's just so stressful with Nala with the cats, so we're just driving into Tangier now, which is very pretty but very hectic, and we're going to another park for night because we're gluttons for punishment, which are right by the Medina, so let's see how this goes. How was the drive on Tangierville, darling?
Yeah. Marrakesh, but tighter. Yeah, yeah, the roads are so close together on the little roundabouts, it's trying to work out which one you're supposed to be taking when you're running off sat-nav and you haven't got a clue. Thankfully, we took the right one, because there were two, but driving up through that town was just mental. Just people don't get out your way, you're just going to, well, close to killing people. I have had enough of Moroccan town driving. This vehicle is not built for these little roads. But we're here now. The parking guardian has kindly given us 2 spaces because we're so big, because I was a bit panicky about, are we going to be able to get out tomorrow, because if somebody parks alongside us, we've had it. So he's given us 2 spaces, only 50 dirham for the night, which is a long way from the 200 dirham that they wanted at the campsite. Well, a hotel to park in a car park. So, yeah, we're here, but I'm glad we're going home soon.
He smashed it though, as always, cool and collected. You know when you see that footage of those like railway lines in Bangladesh where they're all selling like fruit and veg on the railway line, and then the train comes through and they all pull the fruit and veg off? That was what it was like driving up there, because they're all the fruit and veg sellers out on the pavement, to the very edge of the pavement, to literally your wheels, and then you're trying to drive through this narrow gap, and then it's school kick out time as well, so there's kids running around, and the kids here have absolutely no road sense at all. Morocco needs its own Green Cross code safety campaign or something, because the kids here are literally suicidal, honestly. They all run out in front of the vehicles, and yeah, that was a bit mad. Tangier city at night. So we filmed ourselves in earlier, but we spent the whole day filming our Q&A session, which will appear either before or after this episode. I don't think we've decided yet.
There'll either be a link above our heads or there won't. Yep,
you either seen it or it's yet to come. So it's quite late now, about 9 o'clock. So we've just come out this evening just for a little walk around the city. It's the Medina here. It's really pretty and lit up. Oh, bit of mad Morocco coming up. Just let those whiz past. Mopeds everywhere. So yeah, we've just come out for a little walk around the city, give the dog a walk because it was a little bit too busy earlier to bring her out, too many cats and dogs and people and stuff. I've managed to go 2 months without being run over by a moped. It would be really unfortunate to do it on my last night here.
I managed to do 2 months without a speeding ticket. Less said about that, the better.
I was just saying to Stu now, I think my opinion's probably swayed by the fact that on previous visits I've come to Marrakesh, but nighttime in the cities in Morocco is my favourite time. It's not quite so crazy busy as during the day, but there's still lots of people about and a really lively vibe for a country that doesn't drink. It certainly comes alive in the evenings. What better day to leave Morocco than this grey and miserable morning?
It rained most of the night, so it seems only fitting that it's time for us to go.
It's Spain Day!
It is Spain Day. It's been an absolute blast. I've loved Morocco. We've had our ups and downs, we really have. But 95% of them have been ups. There's only been a few downs, but you know, you expect that. A couple of months on the road, things are going to go wrong. Things aren't always going to go to plan. But
absolutely, yeah. And we're on a whole different continent, and it's been a massive travel experience. So obviously, you know, the idea of putting yourself out of your comfort zone is that you're not always going to feel that comfortable.
Yeah,
so.
And we've certainly not felt comfortable at times.
But overall, it's been amazing. I wouldn't swap it for anything. It's been an absolutely fantastic experience.
I'd come back in a heartbeat. Absolute love Morocco.
And it's been great to have you all along with us too.
Yeah, thank you very much. Stick with us. We're now going to head over to Spain. So there'll be a little bit more footage from Spain and up through France, but that is going to be a fair dash. But yeah. And
then we've got lots and lots of extra content that we've not managed to process on the road that we'll put out when we get home.
And then you get to see our hectic lives back in the UK whilst we plan the next trip.
Yeah, might as well keep you with us, I think. See what interesting places at home we can take you to. And as we leave Tangier, I can see Spain over there.
This is the fun bit. Apparently we've got to swap our ticket, but we have no idea where we're going to be doing it. So. Stress incoming! Well, that's police and customs done. Now we're just sat in the queue for what I think is the X-ray machine again. So we are being X-rayed. Our ferry is booked for 1:30. When we left the car park, it said it was delayed until 2:20. It's now 2:10, and we're still in the queue for the X-ray machine. So we're definitely on Morocco port time.
Through the sniffer dogs next.
That's X-ray passed and sniffer dog passed. And I didn't see where everyone went, so I'm just driving blindly now. Just heading in this direction and hope that the boat's at the end of the road. Otherwise we'll end up back in Tangier. Well, we were told to go to number 9. We've just gone past 6, 4 and 2. I don't know if we're going the right way or not now, but we're following a line of trucks and vans.
It's time for story time with Stu. Well, that was a bit chaotic.
Oh, well, that was not fun. There's absolutely no organisation in here at all. Typical Moroccan standard. Yeah, we tried to pull into 9 and we were getting tooted by lorries. They're waving their hands, no, no, no. And we don't know if we're going in a lorry park or we're going the wrong way. So we came out, reversed back, spoke to some guy in a high vis. He went, oh, straight on, straight on. We got to the roundabout and thought, well, it's not down that way because 9 and 11 and everything else is back the way we came. So we had to go round the roundabout, caught in the roundabout, pulled into what we thought was 9.
Story time!
Oh, couldn't get in there. I got out and walked down to the front and the guys sent us over to the next one. So we've had to come back out and yeah, there's another Brit turning around in the middle of the road and pulling in here. So we've just followed him in the hope that he knows where he's going because we have not got a clue. But there's a boat there, so fingers crossed it's going to the right place.
Well, that's the platform going up on our boat and we're not on it.
Not happy.
Not a single person has told us anything. We've been sitting here in the queue for ages. We've just watched the platform go up on the boat. It appears that it's about to sail. And I guess we're getting on the next boat. Who knows? Nobody's told us a thing. Well, we've just collared the guy in the high vis, asked him what's going on. He's just looked at our ticket and been like, oh, you've missed it. Well, yeah, no fucking shit, Sherlock. We've been sitting in the queue for an hour and a half. The half one has only just left 2 hours late. He couldn't speak any English at all. He's just asked us for a pen and then he's written on the back of the ticket 10 p.m. So it's now 3:30. And then Stu's kind of queried it with him because obviously 10 o'clock is ridiculous, and then he's just written again on the back of the ticket 5 p.m. So are we getting on the 5 p.m. ferry? If the 5 p.m. ferry doesn't leave till 7:30, which is how late this one is, so that Trans-Mediterranean is literally just pulling out now. Who knows how long we're going to be here today.
Finally on the boat. It is now 8:10 and our ferry was booked for 1:30.
We've been at the port since 11 o'clock.
Piss up in a brewery spring to mind. The Moroccans couldn't organise.
There's not even any reason for the delay. Nobody's spoken to us all day. Not one person has come to explain or tell us what time the next ferry will be. We're just passing information around ourselves. We have literally just boarded and then we sat with the dog at the front of the boat out of the way, and he came and told us we had to move. He needed to close that part of the boat because it's now windy and pouring down with rain, and apparently in his broken Spanish he tells us the front of the boat is going to go. So that will be something to look forward to, eh? Buenos noches!
We're back in Europe. That was a long day.
It is more than 12 hours since we arrived at the port on Algeciras for a 1 hour crossing.
It is currently 5 to midnight. We should have left at 1:30. So just a little bit late.
So we were supposed to be on the 1:30 ferry and we actually left at the time of the last ferry, which was at about 10 p.m, wasn't it? It was somewhere between 9:30 10 p.m, which is actually the time of the last ferry of the day. We're not sure what happened to the last ferry of the day because we were on the ferry that was supposed to come in at 5, which was supposed to leave at 5:30, but didn't come into the port until 5:40, and then we didn't leave until 9:30. So now, as we leave you in Spain, I think that's probably a goodbye from us for this
day. It is a goodbye from us. We're going to go and park up outside Carlos's because I've got to get my drone back in the morning, and then we're going into the Carrefour to buy some cheese and some bacon.
Yes.
Happy days.
Definitely. And some beer. We need beer. I need beer anyway. So yeah, there will be more episodes to come. There's some roundup content and some other bits to come as well, and we will of course film one more episode while we're driving back up north towards the UK. That might involve a lot of road footage, sorry. But yes, there is more Morocco content to come, so thank you very much for following along for the ride, and we'll see you next week.
Like and subscribe.